Hi, my tubies. It's me, Sheila True Love, and today we are going to talk about how narcissists reap what they sow, they get back what they dished out, and life is good. It's totally good. What I want to share with you is something that I was looking at from what is it called? Dateline, or it's called what is that? Snapped. People who have been through so much and they eventually snapped. But this is on Dateline Mystery. So I want you to check this out with me to show you how people reap what they sow. Now, what you're going to see here is a man who's in his 50s. He's with some female who's in her 20s. Yeah. That's perverted. That's a deviant, sexual, sick bastard. Yeah. I get annoyed with that because you have so many women who are in their 50s who are looking for a partner. But these guys are so busy chasing after 20-something-year-olds, 30-something-year-olds, women who are 20 or 30 years younger than them. No, that's not fair. Everything about me, if you've noticed on my channel, Sheila True Love, I care about justice. I care about what's fair and what's right because God, he has 4 attributes. His 4 attributes is 1 is love, wisdom, power, and what? Justice. And it's not just for women in their 50s to have to be sitting out here alone because all of the men their age is chasing after children. But anyway, let me show you how that turns out. This is a beautiful thing. Stay with me. Let's look.
Their respective pasts. Instead, he urged his would-be bride to focus on their future.
He was emailing her pictures of million-dollar homes on Long Island that he was telling her he was going to buy for her.
And when he proposed for a second time with an even bigger diamond ring, it was hard for the 28-year-old single mother to say no.
I wanted my daughter.
Now tell me that a woman in her 50s, she don't deserve that freaking diamond ring. She put in the older woman, she put in all the work. She put in all the time and energy. She's paid her dues. It's called pay your dues in life. This freaking 28-year-old comes along. He's buying $1 million homes for her. No, you should be buying $1 million homes for a woman your own freaking age. You sick, twisted bastard. And guess what's going to happen because you didn't? You piece of manure.
To be happy, I wanted to be happy. So I was like, you know what? Give it a chance. What's the worst that could happen?
It wasn't exactly an enthusiastic yes. But at their wedding ceremony a year later, Kelly and Michael certainly seemed happy. Michael also seemed determined to earn his new bride's devotion, no matter what it cost.
He had laid out a tremendous amount of money for a Caribbean-style wedding that Kelly wanted.
It was a very big wedding. He pretty much went all out for it.
But
you see how they say that he went all out to try to win her love. He did everything to try to win her over. Why? Because of what she looked like on the outside. He cared more about the freaking, wrapping than the gift. He's going to reap what he deserves, and she's going to reap too. Because these younger females sitting up here laying up with these older men, you're taking older men from older women. Older women, his age, they deserve to have all of this. But these young females, they sit up here, they don't care. They don't care. They're not thinking about nobody but their stuff. Like she said, oh, I want to be happy. Go be happy with somebody your own freaking generation. How about that? But guess how good life is? Look, check this out. It's good. It's good. She's going to get what she deserves, and he's going to get what he deserves. Life is sweet.
Would it be enough? At the reception, watching her son and new daughter-in-law dance within the drum circle, Michael's mother wasn't so sure.
I saw Michael, in the middle of the circle, and they just beating the drums. But it reminded me of maybe a sacrifice.
His mother wasn't feeling that. Not at all.
2 weeks later, following their honeymoon, Michael made good on one of his many courtship promises, surprising his bride with a waterfront home.
The house is a split-level ranch in Merrick, New York.
2 weeks later, he buys her the waterfront home that he promised just 2 weeks later. How about that? Now tell me that a woman his own generation would not have appreciated that. Of course she would have.
Right on the water, very affluent community here in Nassau County.
There was, however, one major problem from Kelly's perspective. Merrick was over an hour commute from Brooklyn, where her life had been based since immigrating to the United States.
It was too far because I worked in Brooklyn. My daughter went to school in Brooklyn.
Michael moved her away from her family, away from her friends.
Distance wasn't the only issue either.
She didn't have a car. Michael had the only car.
I was in the house by myself. And I told him, I was like, this is not what I got married for.
Was Michael keeping her cooped up in the house on purpose? Was he trying to keep her under control? Whatever the...
Hello? Now, he could buy me $1 million homes. He have all this money in the bank. He could do all of this, but he wouldn't buy me a car. I'm sitting up here, boondocks in the freaking wilderness, if you will. And he didn't buy her a car because he wanted to control her. You can't go nowhere without me. You have to depend on what? Me. This is a narcissist. This is a full-blown narcissist. Ladies, that's why I'm making this video. So you can get an idea of what these narcissists are really like. They want to control you. You notice how they said he moved her far away from her friends and he moved her far away from her family. So she don't have any support. So when he could treat her any old kind of way that he wants, he got most of the power. You can't buy me a freaking car? Really? But yeah, okay, whatever, son. You think that would have happened to Sheila True Love? That damn sure wouldn't have happened. I promise you. The way I would have got down with this guy, I would have had a car. You're going to get me a car or I'm done with you. And if you're ready to be done with me, you old geezer, where the hell are you going, old man? To be honest with you, I'm the one with the buy. You may have the money, but I also have youth. I have youth and I have a way to get out here and still make it, you son of a bitch. Whatever.
Answer less than 2 weeks into the marriage, Kelly was ready to pull the plug.
2 weeks.
We started arguing. And said, I'm going back to Brooklyn.
Kelly.
I'm laughing my head off. Within 2 weeks of the marriage, within 2 weeks, she was ready to pull the plug. Okay, old man, with this 20-something-year-old, you geezer.
Back in with her family. She moved back in with her brother.
Yep, I hear you, girl.
Kelly would stay the occasional night with her husband.
When she did come home, she had to leave the next morning early to get her train to go to work.
The hour train ride wasn't all that ate into their time together either.
We would have arguments about time. He would get upset because we wasn't spending enough time together.
Yeah.
It wasn't long before the petty squabbling took its toll.
Yup.
Less than a month after the wedding, Michael was awakened by severe chest pains one night when Kelly wasn't home.
This person supposed to be his wife wasn't home that time of night. So he called us. Instead of me going there, I called an ambulance to go there.
They realized he's having a heart attack, and then they got him up to the hospital.
As Michael lay in the hospital, many of his family and friends gathered by his bedside. Kelly finally showed up, but she didn't stay long.
I did ask him where was Kelly, and he would just excuse it, like, oh, she had something to do in Brooklyn. Maybe he's a little embarrassed that his wife isn't there.
But Michael's cardiac scare also led to a change of heart. Just days after coming home from the hospital, he made Kelly a peace offering.
I went to take the garbage out in the garage, and I saw a Mercedes-Benz sitting in the garage that he bought for me. And he said, I have a car now. I could go to work, whatever. He apologized.
Kelly was happy.
See what I'm talking about, ladies? Just stand your ground. Eventually, these old geezers will get in. He had a heart attack. He's old. Like, they were arguing because he said that she wasn't home enough, a.k.a. she wasn't around there sucking him off enough. That's what he was caring about. But she held her ground. She got what she wanted. But she's still a piece of manure, just like him.
To take the keys her husband offered. But rather than allow her to commute from Merrick, the Mercedes simply made it easier for Kelly to trek to Brooklyn and stay.
That's right.
She
Bye,
worked
bitch.
all week long. And every weekend she's going to Brooklyn to spend the weekend with her people.
But
And when Kelly was back in Merrick, she usually wasn't there to help nurse her convalescent husband.
My daughter was adopted to be there. And
you heard what they said? Even though she was back at the house with her freaking, what you call a man, I call him a dusty freaking nignog, a perverted deviant, what do you call them? A pedophile, a freaking, you're going to marry somebody young enough to be your daughter. or even your granddaughter, you old ass geezer. You're getting what you deserve. She's going to get what she deserves also for taking older men from women who are out there looking for a nice house, a good man, a man to take care of. Older women, they want somebody they could take care of. They're calmed down. They're ready to settle down. They're ready to look out. But no, the older man, he don't want that. I'm going to share something else with you with, I told you, I grew to realize that I love opera. And Luciano Pavarotti, yeah, go on YouTube and check out his life, how he ended up. He was another one. He was, oh God, his voice is amazing. Oh my God. But he was an old geezer who wanted younger women. He didn't want nobody his age. A woman who deserved to have the wonderful things in life because she's paid her dues in life. No, he wanted some young chick who just came along, haven't paid for much of nothing. Nothing. She ain't paid none of her dues in life. But yet she seems to get it all. I'm going to share that with you too. He died alone in a room with no furniture, alone. While his young wife, Pavarotti, we talking? He died alone with nothing while she was downstairs having sex with all the young men that she really wanted to be with. She was with that old geezer for his cash. How can these old men honestly believe that these young females actually want them, desire them? You got a prostate, baby. Once you hit 50, it's downhill, going forward downhill.
A new situation away from everyone that she knew. So at night, she would go in and tuck her in and fall asleep. And he really didn't like that.
He would come wake me up and start arguing. He would say, I am married to him. I'm supposed to be in his bed.
She was just to the point that, it's too early for them to be having this much conflict. So she's like, I need to get out.
November 21st, 2007. It was just before 9 a.m. when Nassau County Emergency Dispatch received a frantic 911 call from the home of Michael and Kelly Forbes.
The old geezer.
On the line was Kelly, and she told the dispatcher she desperately needed help.
Is your husband conscious? No. Is he breathing? I don't think so.
Minutes later, a Nassau County patrolman arrived on the scene. In an upstairs room, the officer found Michael's unresponsive body, crumpled on the floor.
She done killed that son of a blitz, and she's crying, no, he's not breathing. No, you're old, nigga. You old. What the hell made you think that, honestly, that I really cared about you and I loved you? You're old, you piece of filthy pig. These younger women know the reason why these old men are going after the younger women. You after me because you love me? No. You after me because you like the way my breast is held up? You after me because everything is connected to your penis. Your penis. You know, what these men make, their penis is their god. It's their god. They'll do anything to satisfy it, anything to appease it. And guess what? In the end, God is good. They end up reaping what they sow, either with their prostate or some young broad comes along and rip their heart right out of their chest. And now they're so freaked out because they thought, wow, I thought she really cared about me. She was good at her game. Now he's all cracked out, shooting heroin, all on freaking crystal meth because he can't cope. Why? Because this young girl came along? She done did a number on your dirty ASS.
Tried mouth to mouth, and both were unsuccessful.
Nothing. Let's go
Requesting
fast forward.
paramedics, the officer.
Let's fast forward. Hold on.
This was not a simple accident. This took work.
Thank you.
But would the grand jury agree? When they finally submitted their case that afternoon, prosecutors were confident they'd uncovered enough evidence to secure an indictment.
Unfortunately, the grand jury wanted additional information.
At that time, Miss Forbes was not indicted, and she was released. We ultimately won her freedom.
Kelly, naturally, was thrilled.
I was relieved. I walked out to the car park and there were like cameras everywhere. And
Yeah, but they're going to get your dirty. They're going to get her. Watch. She's going to reap what she sowed. Sitting up there taking older men from older women. Yeah, you're going to get what you got, B.
It had been a life or death struggle, relatively unscathed. In fact, the only injuries Kelly had suffered were bruises on her wrists and arms. But prosecutors claim these were the result of Michael's desperate, dying attempt to pry his wife off of him.
These were bruises that Michael most likely inflicted as he was breathing his last breath.
Yep.
When it came time to present their case, Kelly's attorney turned the toxicology evidence on its head, arguing that several of the medications in Michael's system could, in certain situations, result in adverse side effects where a person might become more violent.
The side effects of the drugs that were in Michael's system could cause one to be violent, to have mood swings, to become irrational, to hallucinate.
And if the drugs had caused Michael to become violent, it wouldn't have been the first time. Michael, as the defense revealed, had an extensive history of drugs and violence.
He had rapes and robberies and all
Wow. So the man she married, he had a record of being a rapist. He was robbery. He was a criminal. That's the only type of men, these old men chasing after these young girls. They're all mentally disturbed. They're mentally diseased. Okay, so we see that he was a freaking criminal, a rapist. That's why he wanted the younger girl, whatever. A piece of manure. But watch how she ends up. It's beautiful. The ending is amazing.
Full knowledge of that.
One of the drug dealers working under him did not pay his drug debt. So Michael and some other guys went to this drug dealer's house, duct taped the guy's girlfriend, and raped her and held her hostage so that the drug dealer would come back and pay his drug debt.
That's the kind of man she married.
Attorneys walked jurors through Michael's rap sheet. The courtroom sat in stunned silence. No one more so than Kelly.
There he was, his picture, and all his charges, most of his charges, attempted murder, rape, robbery. And I was there, shocked as everyone else, because I didn't know.
A dirty whore.
Some of the charges had been dismissed, but others had led to convictions that landed Michael in jail.
That's the kind of nigga she married.
All of them were more than 2 decades old. Michael had...
That's the kind of man that she married because she was like, I don't care if he's an older man, old enough to be my grandfather or my father. I just want somebody who's going to take care of me. All I want. Yeah. She didn't care about how she was disrespecting. We're going to go fast forward because I want to show you how she gets convicted. She's a piece of manure. She's going to get what she got coming.
Down.
Moments later, the jury announced it had reached a decision.
Hello.
In the crowded courtroom, the clerk read the jury's verdict aloud. Guilty.
I don't think anybody was expecting a guilty verdict. So when they said guilty, Kelly, she was silent at first and then she started to cry.
She could have went under the table like that. Just flat.
I just wanted to share that with my tubies. Now I want to share with you the reason why I fell in love with opera. I am an ebony woman. I had no idea I love opera. But the person that I'm going to share this opera with, he was another deviant. And God knows I wish he wasn't because God. Oh, he died alone. Okay, I'm going to pause this. Okay, tubies. This is why I fell in love with opera. This is amazing. Come on. Now remember, wasn't that beautiful, Tubies? And then they got a black guy. This black guy, just type it on YouTube, a black guy who sings opera. He's as good as this guy. What, Luciano Pavarotti? Luciano Pavarotti. I realize I love opera. I would spend $500 for this guy's ticket. I would spend $500 for this man's ticket. Yeah, really. That's some craziness that I didn't even understand about myself. But the thing I'm trying to say, he was a man who always had to care about more of the rapping instead of the gift. He was with some way younger female. And in the end, someone as beautiful as he sounds, oh my God, he's beautiful. He died in a room, no furniture, just a mattress. In a room on the floor, while the woman that he married, the young chick, yeah, she was a chick. She was downstairs getting it on with those bouncing up and down on those nice young, ooh, yeah, baby, ooh, yeah, yeah. While he was upstairs dying away, he died of lung cancer, something with throat cancer. He died of throat cancer. While he was up there wasting away, the young girl was out there pop locking and dropping it with all kind of young guys. She got all his money, and this man made money. Oh, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. But like I said, in the end, they always reap what they sow. Trust and believe. It may look like everything is happening great for them, but in the end, baby, not really. Anyway, Sheila True Love, always loving you. Until next time, and remember, you always have a choice. Choose wisely. And check out my ministry channel, True Love Ministries. Please go over that way and support it for me. Please, please, please. True Love Ministries. I love you guys. Until next time, bye.